What's up, YouTube? You saw the thumbnail, you already know when you clicked on this video. Got a new fish, new pickup. Actually, I got two new pickups, one slightly more impressive than the other. So let's get right into it. Here we go. So, quick little backstory. A fellow local fish keeper has quite the collection of fish. Some very high-end fish, as you might say, some really nice, expensive fish. And he is getting out of the hobby, sadly, breaking down one of his tanks. So, I saw a post that he was trying to sell some fish, and one in particular I really wanted to jump on. So after a little bit of talking to him and some negotiation, we were able to work out a deal. And this is a big deal for me. This is kind of a bucket list fish that I've wanted for a long time. As you guys saw in the thumbnail, you already know that it is a platinum alligator gar. So I have kept alligator gar in the past, and I told myself that I would never keep another one unless it was a platinum. Now, the reason why I don't ever want to keep another one is because of how aggressive they are. However, there is something about the platinum alligator gar that I just cannot resist. So, here we are. Now, if you know me, you know that I'm not one to spend a lot of money on fish. Now, that might be surprising to some of you because I have quite the collection, but believe it or not, I've gotten a lot of fish for free that I keep here. So, this is the most expensive fish that I have ever bought. Now, I have dropped a lot of money on the hobby over the years, obviously. I have been in the hobby for a long time, but as you can see from a lot of my tanks and a lot of my setups, I do tend to do things very cheap, or I try to do things as cheap as possible. All my tanks are used, or I built myself, and all my lighting is very cheap. All my filtration is pretty much DIY, or I've gotten good deals on some of the FX6 canisters. Never paid full price for a canister, so you could call me cheap, but I do like the hobby, and I like to find ways of being able to maximize what I spend and not make the hobby too expensive for myself. But this particular deal was just too good, and because it was a local, it made it even better because I got to see the fish in person. This would usually be something that I would order online, and although I do trust the sellers that I would order one from, I do prefer being able to see such an expensive fish in person before purchasing. So no crazy big reveal here, but here he is. He is a solid 14 inches measured. I measured him in the container that I brought him home in, and he is completely white other than a little bit of tinge on the tail, which you can't even notice because of the background. But I would consider this a very high grade platinum alligator gar. Although this was a bucket list fish and a fish that I've wanted for a long time, it was also an impulse buy. So once I made the decision to actually buy the fish and worked out the deal, I acted on it very quickly. So I decided, rather than throw it right into the 1100, that I wanted to keep it alone and in a decent sized tank at the same time by itself for a little while. So I cleared the 180, which I had the Xingu peacock bass in and the pike cichlid, which both were not getting along in other tanks, but I decided to try them in the 1100 again, just for the sake of giving this fish the whole 180 to himself. I think it was the best move for this particular situation, so he's got his own 180 for now until he gets a little bit larger. I wanted to fatten him up a bit, and I want to see some growth, but I don't expect any real issues with this fish. The fish keeper that had him previously was a very good fish keeper, so I have no doubt about his health. But I do worry about my other fish and anything getting aggressive with him. And I do know what he's capable of as well. They can be very aggressive. So for now, at 14 inch, I figure I'll wait till he gets a little bit bigger to put him in the 1100. Long term, my goal would be to put him in the 1100 at some point. Or possibly in the new 1500 that I plan on building. So he is still a little bit skittish, but he's new to the tank. I just got him yesterday afternoon, so he's only been in here about a day. But I wanted to make a video and show you guys because I am just so excited about this fish. And again, an expensive investment, but man, is it worth it. Such an impressive, amazing fish to keep. I will say that it makes me happy that I buffed this 180 after all, because it was something I didn't really want to do, and to be honest, I kind of did it for you guys, because a lot of people mentioned in the comments that they did want to see some acrylic buffing. So I didn't want to do it, but now I'm glad I did it, because it has made viewing him a lot better. Although it's not a perfect tank, it is really nice to be able to have it at least semi-clear for him. So I'm really excited, and I hope you guys are too, because you guys can come along with the journey growing him with me. And I would love some name suggestions. So me and my wife were trying to think of some name ideas. If you guys have any, please let me know in the comments below. But for now, let's do a much deserved montage. Alright guys, so I did mention that I got one other fish in the past week or so, and again, not quite as impressive. That's a tough act to follow, but anyway, here it is. And he's probably not going to come out, but it is a tire track eel. I got him for 10 bucks from another local, so I'm pretty excited about him. I'd say he's about 8 inches long. He eats really, really well, which is cool, and he'll pretty much eat anything actually, so I was surprised by that. So I'm hoping someday I can get a nice big 30-inch tire track, just like the 30-inch fire reel. I think that would be pretty cool. So I wanted to show him to you guys. Alright guys, well that's pretty much it for this video. But I just couldn't wait to show you guys. I really wanted to show off this fish. I'm very excited, and really excited for what's to come in the future growth of this guy. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Please don't forget, comment, like, subscribe. See you in the next video.